out is Breath of the Wild. I could just
Um,
get it for my Wii U and play my Wii U for another 6 months.
that's true. I mean, I skipped the Wii U because the only things they re-released, and it was only recently that they re-released the HD versions of Zelda's. It was only in the
Right.
last year or so. And then I was like, oh, but then I already knew the new system was out there. Do you know what I mean?
Right. But is
Um,
it going to take another 3 years for them to release HD versions on the Switch?
well, that's the thing is, I don't think they're going to release HD versions of the Switch because they already released them on 8, unless they're downloadable. I mean, I own both, but I don't have the Wii U because I thought the Wii U was going to come down in price, or I thought the system was going to be backwards compatible. Because the Wii played GameCube games and Wii games. The Wii U played Wii games and Wii U games. So I figured this version would play Wii U games and
Right.
Switch games. Well, they didn't even talk about the cartridges.
They didn't talk about the cartridges. They didn't talk about compatibility or non-compatibility. Nothing.
Downloadable games, none of that. None of that
Nope.
was talked about. Now, sometimes that information, they do a press release simultaneously with this.
Right.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna refresh the Nintendo Switch Amazon page
It's
and
still
see
not
if
for sale.
still not for sale. Okay. Um, so the the interesting piece is, do what's that gonna look like? You know what I mean? Like what are all those specs? Typically, sometimes they'll do a press release after, like, because what'll typically happen is they'll have the presentation and then they'll let the press up, and the press will play with it, and they'll give them a release, and then the press releases come down to the websites and they go over all that specific stuff. Because I mean, to be honest and to be fair to them, if they sat there and talked about all the specific specs and everything, people would be like, huh, huh? You know, people want to see games.
Well, I
People
don't
want,
know about that. I mean, have you ever seen an Apple presentation? I mean, it's all specs.
yeah, but they go on for about 2.5 hours.
Okay. And
So
there's
I
a
mean,
million, and
so
there's
if
millions of people that watch that.
well, I understand that, and I agree with you to some sense. I would enjoy that, but I think you're talking about a different audience with that type of presentation and with this type, right?
So you're saying the Apple people are more sophisticated?
Um, yes.
Right.
I mean, think about it though. Who are the audiences for each thing? Think about the price point, right? I mean, those are all.
I
Those
don't
are all.
know. I would have said maybe 20 years ago that's true, but I think most of the kids that were playing Nintendo are now adults now. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
okay, so I'm looking at their website now,
yep.
and it does have stuff about parental control,
Okay. Are you talking about the Nintendo website directly?
the Nintendo slash Switch.
Okay.
Uh, okay, it does show a game card. It looks exactly like the DS games, which would be interesting to see if it is the exact same size, whether the DS games would work. It has an audio jack.
Well, here's the thing: if those worked, right? Which they could. I mean, they have a second screen. You could pull up the screen, have one screen on there, one screen there.
Okay, so
But they would
internal
show
memory.
that.
It has 32 gigabytes of internal memory,
Okay.
a portion of which is reserved for the system. Users can easily expand their storage using micro SDXC cards. It doesn't tell you what the maximum size is.
Okay.
Battery life can last up to 6 hours, but will vary depending on software.
Well, they said
Legend of
they said 2 point something to 6 point something, right?
Yeah, it says Legend of Zelda can be played for roughly 3 hours.
I would expect that because that's probably more demanding.
It's a 6.2-inch screen, multi-touch compatible, and can display a resolution of 1280 by 720. So it's a, what, 720p?
720p. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I see the Nintendo. It has the eShop. I see they didn't talk about any of this stuff. Oh yeah, there's the game card, audio jack. There's the dock.
It does say you can buy digital versions of games from Nintendo eShop,
I would accept that.
but the problem with that is if it doesn't have a lot of memory, it's kind of
Oh,
online server.
it says micro SDXC cards.
Yeah, those are the newest. Okay, so for the online service, lets owners enjoy online multiplayer gaming as well as dedicated smartphone app that connects your Nintendo Switch system and helps you connect with friends for online play sessions.
Was that the digital the smart device the guy kept talking about?
Yeah, you'll be able to play compatible co-op and competitive games online by signing in with your Nintendo account. Online play will be free for Nintendo account holders until our paid online service launches in fall.
Okay.
After the free trial period, most games will require a paid online subscription from Nintendo in order to play online.
Okay.
The service is only for Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
It does not affect Wii U or Nintendo 3DS.
Okay.
Online lobby and voice chat.
I see that.
Planned for fall of 2017. Our new dedicated smart device app will connect to the Switch. So that means it's on your phone.
Okay.
There'll be an app on your phone that will connect to the Switch and let you invite friends to play online. So they're doing it through your phone instead of through the actual console, which is kind of odd. And let you invite friends to play online, set appointments, chat with friends during online matches in compatible games, all from your smart device.
A free limited version of this app will be available for download in summer.
Monthly game download. Subscribers will get to download and play NES or Super NES game free for a month. Exclusive deals. Special offers for subscribers, blah, blah, blah.
This sounds similar to an Xbox system. Okay,
So
here
if
it
you
is.
don't...
All right, so online games free. So after if you're not a subscriber, you can't play online,
Yep.
which is the same.
Which is totally different than it is now.
True, but that's the same as Xbox Gold. You need the paid service to play versus other people online.
Yep.
So it sounds a similar setup to Xbox. You have your online free version, which lets you do some stuff, and then your online paid version, which does everything else. But what the I mean, it can't be. It's got to be somewhere in the same price point that the Xbox Live is in the Sony PlayStation. So that $50-$60 range a year is probably where it's going to be. I'm imagining.
I would guess.
Okay, so that's the rest of that online stuff.
So just briefly looking at the family parental control stuff.
Yep.
You can limit what games your kids can play, how long. Oh, this is interesting. How long and how late they can play. So you can set up both length of time they can play and when they have to turn it off, like at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So there's no arguing. You can just set it to 8 o'clock and then it just turns off at 8 o'clock. And you can also limit what they can share on social networks.
Oh, that's cool. You knew those would be in there. I'm going to the games. Oh, so if I go into the games, it says internal server error.
I think if you go back in and out, it comes back. It's just there's a high demand.
Well, that's funny because the other ones didn't do that.
Okay, so this is under the games for all ages they've listed.
Okay.
1-2 Switch, which is that quick draw thing.
That awful thing.
ARMS.
Yep.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Okay. Does it have a date? Does any of this have a date next to it?
No, it looks like this stuff may be available at launch, but it doesn't actually say that.
All right, I'm in the game section too. I see Zelda, ARMS, Switch, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2.
Snipper clips.
Whatever the heck that is. FIFA, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Super Bomberman, which Minecraft, Street Fighter. We saw some of these, and some of the stuff was playing in the background, right?
Right.
But who knows? Ooh, there's a special edition of Zelda, and there's a Master Edition.
Oh Jesus.
I'm clicking on that thing. This special edition and Master Edition.
So there's actually, if you want to go, there's actually an event in New York City on
Tomorrow, right?
this Sunday.
Ooh, I'll be down in New York, but I have to get. Oh, this stinks. I'm in New York this weekend too.
No, this is a secret venue and is not listed on map programs. The entrance is located on one door south of the hotel managers.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back. You continue chatting here. Real information.
So I'm just looking at the events thing for the preview tour they were talking about. So they have one in New York, one in Toronto, DC, Chicago, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. More chances to experience a Nintendo Switch. PAX East. Oh, actually, the first one will be PAX South. They're actually demoing at PAX South this month. And then they'll be at PAX East, which will be at March 10th to 12th, and then South by Southwest, March 16th through the 18th. So that's where they'll be demoing it. First come, first serve. Arrival early is recommended. I'm looking at the buy now page that's loading. I want to see if they're actually pre-ordering now and if they're pre-ordering any accessories. I'm just curious to see. It's obviously high demand. It's still loading, so not sure how long this is going to take here. It's probably going to time out. Oh, it's starting to load. Loading. Loading.
Okay, I'm getting gateway timeouts on this stuff.
Yeah, it's... Oh, alright. So they actually have stuff on the buy now page.
For what? Oh, on the Nintendo buy page?
Yeah, but I don't actually see a... Okay, so we do have some prices. So it's $299 for the gray Joy-Con setup, which is the two controllers that are both gray.
Yep.
It's $299 for the blue and neon red Joy-Con setup, like they said.
Yep.
The Pro controller is $69.99.
Ooh.
Which is a little pricey.
Yep.
They have a package of Joy-Con controllers you can buy separately. So if you want a second set or whatever, they come in gray, 2 blues, 2 reds, or a blue and a red. They're $79.99.
Ooh.
And then you can buy a single Joy-Con controller, either the left or the right. That's $49.99.
Oh, that's expensive.
You can buy another Joy-Con charging grip. So the grip is the thing that the two Joy-Con controllers sit in the middle of.
Yep.
That's $29.99. You can buy a dock set for $89.99. Oh, and I didn't know they had this, but it makes sense. They have that wheel that came out with the Wii?
Yep.
They have the wheel that you fit the controller inside. That's 2 wheels for $14.99.
Oh, here we go. So I finally got to the page showing the special edition, and it's blank.
So the
They didn't even talk about, like, wouldn't they have the one been like, oh, by the way, we're releasing a regular edition, a special edition.
what's this for?
So there's Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild regular edition, special edition, and like super ultimate edition.
Where did you find that?
Under games, I clicked on Zelda. Oh no, I scrolled down the bottom and it showed me like a bunch of different ones.
But there's no games option at the top of this thing. Its main presentation features online service, family fun, events, and buy now.
So you're on the Nintendo side, right?
Yeah.
What does your page say?
Choose Nintendo Switch. I'm under the buy now thing for Switch.
Under the buy now for Switch.
Nintendo.com/Switch/buy now.
Okay, hold on. Let me. The site's like super laggy.
Because maybe you're just under games in general and not just for Switch.
No, I'm under. Because I'm looking at the box, and the box says for Switch on it. Like, it doesn't have the Wii U symbol, it has the Switch symbol on it.